All right, court is calling 2026 CR 001840-02, State versus Lacey Wheat. Can I have parties announced?
Renee Munoz on behalf of Miss Wheat.
And are you Miss Wheat? All right. Defense has filed a motion requesting a bond reduction. State, have you had a chance to review the motion? All right. State, are you objecting to the reduction?
State will remains, just add for purpose of the record that I looked into the reasons for why the bond, excuse me, was set as it was, it was not a recommendation of the state, it was just a jury after they true build the case, do that number.
Right. So what I can tell parties is there needs to be some form of evidence presented to me. So is anybody going to present any evidence?
If I may call my client, Your Honor, for the purposes of the bond motion.
Right. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Lacey Charlene Wheat.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hi, Miss Wheat. So in terms of your residency here in Bexar County, how long have you resided here?
We moved here when I was 9.
Okay, and you are how old at this time?
64.
Okay, so around 45 years or so, you've been residing here in Bexar County. Have you been active in the church at all?
Yes, I go to Grace Community Church. And it's been almost 20 years, the same church.
You've been active within that church for 20 years, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Aside from this arrest in relation to this charge, when was the last time you were arrested?
I believe in 1990, something like that, early 90s.
Okay, and do you remember what that was for?
I think I was driving with a suspended license, but I didn't realize it was suspended because it had been from no insurance for years.
And that's all the way dating back to the 90s, correct? Okay. And in terms of the $150,000 bond currently set, is that too much for your family to make?
That's way beyond anything.
It's way beyond anything you said. Okay. And in terms of your assets, do you own any assets?
The 2000 Honda Civic,
Okay, how many miles does it have on it?
265,000.
Okay, 265,000 miles on that. Okay, with $100 for that, would you be surprised to learn that?
It's worth more than that to me.
Sentimental value. Okay, monetarily.
Transportation.
Yeah, monetarily different story, right? Okay. And essentially you haven't worked actively since how long?
Since about 2012, 2013, I'm on disability.
Okay. And you're on disability, and how much disability do you get per month?
I think it's like 1,123 or 25.
Okay. And that's used for your day-to-day, your living expenses as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. No other further questions, Judge?
Yes.
Ms. Wheat, a few questions for you now. You said you're not working and you're supporting yourself on disability.
Mhm.
What kind of support system do you have around you?
What kind of
Support system do you have? Yes, ma'am.
The property I live on is right next door to where my son lives.
Okay.
Um,
Do you own the property that you live on?
My son does.
Your son.
I'm
And other than your son, is there anyone else in your life as far as your support system goes?
He's my boyfriend when he's around. He works and stuff.
So your son is what?
Mhm.
Does your son work?
Oh, yes.
What do you do for a living?
He works for fire suppression system
Fire suppression.
company.
Okay.
And then his wife also works.
Do you have an idea about how much he earns at that job?
I have no idea. I don't ask.
I would assume he earns enough though to buy the property, right?
Oh, we purchased the property before when he was younger.
Oh, there's not. Okay,
My ex and I.
understood. And what about your boyfriend? Does he work?
He works.
What does he do for a living?
He works at a barbecue place in Civil Rock.
Or is he like a server or something, or is he in the
Pretty
kitchen?
yeah.
That's not. All right, so other than you getting your disability, Would you rely on either your son or your boyfriend for any type of financial support?
I wouldn't rely on you, no, I would not do.
Do you need them though occasionally or no?
Occasionally,
Or
emergencies or something like that, but I don't like to do that.
I understand, okay. And my last question is, you understand that part of your bond condition is that you would not have any contact with victims, right? You
With
understand
who?
that? Victim of the case,
Oh, definitely, they don't live there anymore.
no contact between you as the legal party.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what you're trying.
No further questions or be direct, Judge.
All right, any other witnesses?
No further witnesses from the defense.
I'm just saying.
All right, so no other evidence from either party.
If the state wanted to put forth her NCSC, TCSC information, I wouldn't have any objection to that. Last time she was arrested was in the 90s, but if the state wanted to confirm that. But if the court would like to see that.
I cannot mark it as an exhibit that I can tender on what the information. In 1984, defendant was arrested for a DWI, convicted and given 1 year of probation. 1997, the driving license suspended, that she alluded to earlier. Looks like 2 of those during that same year. It's that over, but 1996, of course, she had another driving license invalid. Then the third one, excuse me, 1997, driving license invalid. Other than that, Your Honor, that is the extent of the defendant's criminal.
But obviously in considering the
And while the state is downloading that, what bond amount are you requesting, counsel?
Your Honor, respectfully requesting the amount in $25,000. My client does not have an abundance of money. She has not worked in some time. She just basically gets disability just to sustain herself on. Further, she has deep ties to the community. It's not a flight risk. She's been here in the community for over 45 years and has participated in the church program for over 20 years, based upon her testimony here, Judge. She's not a flight risk. If she is released, she will attend all court hearings as scheduled and abide by all bond conditions, Judge. She's been in custody since June 13th on this. She basically is living her life, and then she got accused of this. The indictment triggered the warrant, and she's been in custody on this, Judge.
All right, and does she have any prior mental health issues?
She does have mental health issues, Judge. That's why she gets the
Anemia.
disability.
I'm also severely anemic. I was in the hospital for 9 days. I don't know.
But no. So with regards to the mental health issues, are you receiving SSI based upon that?
Yes,
All right, what's the mental health? What is your diagnosis?
I have severe depression, PTSD, ADHD, OCD, severe anxiety. I've had a lot of head injuries.
All right. And has there been any past drug use?
Very, very long time.
And what would that be?
Marijuana and occasional meth. No, ever shooting.
As far as the bond amount, the request, you can go and make sure the allegations of this is second degree felony and large service.
I'm sorry, what are you asking for? Okay. All right, and defense, I believe you said you had no objections to state's exhibit?
No objection for purposes of this hearing, Judge. Correct.
All right, for purposes of this hearing, only state's exhibit number 1 is admitted into evidence and the court will review it. Please look at your case, please. And also, could you pass me this, the letter? No, that was with the other court reporter. All right. After hearing both arguments, this is what the court will do. The court is going to grant the motion to reduce bond. The bond will be set at $65,000. There's to be no contact with the complainant. I don't know how that's really going to be accomplished. I mean, because according to the stipulations that I received, it says that she lives in the house behind.
They moved, Judge.
Ah,
Yeah,
Yeah, they weren't gonna be evicted anyway, so that's fine.
yeah, they're not, no
All right.
longer in the vicinity.
so no contact with the complainant.
Statement also refers to this
I mean, is there any danger
Based
between
upon,
her and the complainant?
no, there have been no other allegations of any kind of instances of violence directed or threats towards a complaining witness, coupled with she doesn't have criminal history, violent criminal history whatsoever, and she's been in the community, Judge, without any issues since the 80s. I don't believe that GPS would be a reasonable condition.
All right, I'm not gonna ask for GPS. I'll do UAs, waive the fees. There's to be a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further from the defense, Judge.
And Norm, if you'll give her a reset form, because this case is being reset for August 13th.
Yes, Judge, will do. I'll execute that. She will as well, in case she's released, Judge, and then after that portion, may I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.